Hey guys, Jason here with Another Soul, and it is Throwback Thursday, and I have got today a head which I've recently acquired for the Vintage Vault, and pretty cool head actually. So I find it hard to believe that people don't know who Mikey Powell is, but if you've not played lacrosse very long, you can be forgiven now. Mikey Powell, okay, one of the famous Powell brothers, just amazing. What a talent. I mean, just, well, one of the best lacrosse players to have ever picked up a stick. Amazing. If you don't know who Mikey Powell is, you're on YouTube. As soon as you've watched this video, or just stop watching now and just find that, find it Mikey Powell highlights. Just truly jaw-dropping. Fantastic player. And a player who post-collegiate played pro lacrosse for a short period, and then just went and sort of not turned his back on lacrosse, but just went down another path. Very creative guy, and pursued music and kind of quite into art, and just being a maker of things. Very creative guy, and just sadly kind of left lacrosse a little bit early, I would say, is the best description. Funnily enough, he was actually at LaxCon earlier this year, and the funny thing is that the amount of kids that were just like walking straight past, not even realised they walked past Mikey Powell. Such a shame, but this head is a Mikey Powell Swerve. Recently picked this up with its tag, and more importantly, with its detachable side inserts. There was obviously a period where, I've talked about it before in videos, where a lot of the brands just did like weird and wacky things. And this was kind of one of those weird and wacky things. So, you've got all these cutouts that, we've just come to accept as what's part of a lacrosse stick, all these cutouts. But here we have a little insert that, if you want, you can take them out, or you can pop them back in. So if you want a stick which hides the ball, this might be it, because obviously, when these are out, take the other one out, there you go. It's a fully open sidewall stick. Or you can, first time I've actually taken these out, so I've not long had this head. So let's just have a little play and see how easy it is to put them back in. You can put them back in. That is the kind of like rubbery feeling things these are. So these removable side inserts, and they just literally pop back in. This is kind of quite a sought after head. So, again, I forgive you if you don't know who Mikey Powell is. But there was a period where, anything to do with Mikey Powell, it just had people buzzing, absolutely buzzing about, Mikey Powell and the other Powell brothers. And, they were amazing players. And, even though they're older dudes now, I think they'd still be amazing players. Just super talented. And, these things, there they go, just pop back in. It's not quite lined up. But, there was a period where anything power related just had a crazy buzz, and this was one of them. As heads go, it's got some kind of interesting features. So I don't know why, I just found this head a bit kind of like Batman-ish. Does that make sense? Probably not. But there's a few kind of interesting things. So there's some interesting lines going on in it. This bottom sidewall kind of is kind of weird because it kind of curves like this a little bit. But it's kind of like, can you see that? I don't know, it's just got some kind of like weird stuff going on, which is kind of cool but pointless. There's some bits here, interesting kind of throat design here. Cut out in the throat, kind of cool little bit going on there. Little cutout on the Mikey Powell logo here. And it's just an interesting head. I think the side insert bits, which are not quite in properly, but I'll have a fiddle with these. It's an interesting head because, it's got something about it which is quite gimmicky. But there were some of these gimmicks work quite well, and this is one of them. I tell you what, I'm not surprised that these are hard to find, these sticks with these inserts, because a lot of people are just taking them out and kind of, how easy is it going to be to lose that? And although you can put them back in, they're quite fiddly to kind of put back in and line back up. So it's not the easiest thing. It should be like a really simple little thing. As I said, they're kind of rubbery, so you're not going to break them putting them back in. There you go. That one's finally lined up. But this one nearly lined up. It's fiddly, really fiddly. But it is a little bit gimmicky. But again, it was during a period where there was just a lot of gimmicky heads on the market. I can't remember the exact release date of this. It's got the hang tag here, so let's see what it says on the hang tag. Full offset for maximum control and feel. Sleek, narrow face pinch, increases ball retention and accuracy. Convertible sidewall feature, which we've obviously seen here, and a lightweight design. Only 4.5 ounces, so pretty light head. And let's say, it's pretty cool looking. I think this head, back when this released, I was playing defense, play attack now. Now and again, I'm actually coaching this coming season, but still pick a stick up now and again to play. And it's a stick which kind of it passed me by at the time, really, because it just wasn't a head that a defenseman would have used. Kind of a little bit squishy, but all heads of that time, there was quite a lot of sort of flex to them. I can't really think now when it was that offensive heads became like really stiff, because if you look at modern heads now, you pinch them, you wouldn't be able to do that. They're solid, but all heads back in kind of early 2000s, when head design really kind of started motoring forward, they were on the soft side. Has got quite a narrow face, this, so I suspect it would pinch up a little bit here. And I think I'm not sure whether to string this one up or just keep it with its tag on. I might string it and just keep the tag on it strung. We'll see. But it'll be a fun head to string up. I never strung one before. And as I said, it kind of passed me by when it released, this head. And although, love watching the Powells play, it wasn't a head which kind of I saw and thought, oh, wow, amazing, the Swerve has been released. But a fun head to have in the vault, and if you're a vintage plastic head collector, probably one you want to try and get hold of. Pretty difficult to find. There was a guy on one of the Facebook groups who said, "Oh, I've got a couple of brand new ones," and there was a huge swarm of people said, "Oh, me," and the two heads he listed, were quickly gone. And then he was like, "Hey guys, I've got like 30 of these heads all tagged, and everybody wants to know, does it have the inserts?" And yeah, they had the inserts, brand new head. So if you collect, old lacrosse heads, this is probably one you want to add to your collection. Pretty interesting. Certainly the only one that I remember having, removable inserts for the bottom sidewall here. There were certainly a few heads that have come out over the years with removable bits on them. But only one that I remember that had a removable inner sidewall piece, if you like. But interesting head.